Yeah? Okay, so here's what we're doing, Miguel. I'm going to tell everybody so everybody remembers. If you got it wrong, you're going to mark it wrong, and you're going to write notes on what you did wrong. Right? Okay, Jasmine, first one. The clue is, it tells you in vertex form. So this isn't the answer, but that's the form you're going to write, and that's the thing you have to think. Correct? Vertex is -1 comma 4, so y, or f of x, either way, equals x plus 1 squared minus 4. How many of you guys got that? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Jackie, what's your question? Yeah, you can't put A. You can put the number 1, but no A. 1 or nothing. Yeah. Manny, what are you doing? Spacing out. Okay, second one. Says write the equation for this in standard form that matches the graph to the left, right? So standard form, you know, this is not your answer. So f of x or y equals, that's your answer. It's going to be that form. You don't have to write this, but I'm writing it so you know what standard form is. So you just have to square this and subtract 4. Right? You square this and subtract 4. So that's x squared plus 2x plus 1. Right? Minus 4 is x squared plus 2x minus 3. How many of you guys got the first two correct? 100%? Ooh, yeah. Okay, okay. Next one, what is f of -2? There are a couple ways you can do this. I would look at the graph. -2 is right here. I would just look down and whoop, that looks like it crosses right here. You could also take -2 and plug it in. You get the same thing either way. Just plug in, like look at your graph. -2 is right here. You just see what y is. Y is -3. Super easy. Yeah. Super easy. Because the graph is a picture of all of the answers. And the answers are coordinates. They're ordered pairs. It's like an x that's related to the y. This says the function is this value when x is -2. That's what that means. So the value of it is -3. -2, -3. That would be the coordinate. It's not the answer, but that's the coordinate. This means the same thing. Like if I wrote, like if you wrote this, it means the same as this. X is this, and when y is that, right? See? Good, Michelle? Okay, Michelle. Okay, number 4, part A says write a quadratic function that has a vertex of -2, -16, leading coefficient is 1. So, leading coefficient is 1. Good? That's the same question as number 1, but the information is given to you in a different fashion. Anna, good? Yeah? Gabe's good? Okay, Gabe. Write this equation in standard form. Oh, what was your question? Yep, you need y equals or f of x equals. If you don't have that, you don't have a function, you just have an expression. Yeah. So actually, I probably should have even, this would be even better. Yeah. There's a difference between a function and an expression. An expression is an incomplete statement. Like my favorite movie is...
Yeah, same.
That's what an expression is. Whereas a sentence would be my favorite movie is Inside Out. Sure.
Inside out.
Sure. Okay. Write this in standard form. So you square it, subtract 16. So x squared minus 4x, let's see, minus 12. Is that right? Don't forget the f of x equals, or the y equals. So you're not just writing down the answer, you're writing down how I did it. How I did it was I squared this, subtracted 16. Wait, look, a squirrel.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see the squirrel. I saw that.
Yeah. Okay. Now it says what are the intercepts? So the intercepts are -6, comma 0, 2, comma 0. Is that right? Yeah, you would take this. Jack, if you have a question, you should ask me. What's your question? No?
No, it's not a question.
Oh, no, thank you, George. No, it's not a question. Okay. Yes?
How did you get negative 6?
Because I am so glad you asked, because you take this and you set it equal to 0. Jeez, I'm having a hard time today. And then you solve it. So x plus 6 times x minus 2 equals 0. X equals negative 6. X equals positive 2. Remember? You like take this, like either this number or this number equals 0. So you find out what each one would require for x. See, like that. And you do the same thing for the 2. Okay. Next part, George, next part. It says you have to label the intercepts and the vertex when you graph it. So I already have my x-intercepts, negative 6 and positive 2. I know my y-intercept's negative 12, right? So I need to find my vertex. So the vertex is going to be negative 2, comma, 4 minus 8 is negative 4. Is that right? Oh, duh.
It says it up there.
Showed me right there. Anyway, so negative 2. So if you didn't put these numbers right here, like here, negative 2, or sorry, positive 2, negative 12, negative 2, negative 16, and negative 6. If you didn't put those numbers there, then you didn't label it. That is a very, oh yeah, I missed, like, I hit this one almost, and I was totally off on all the others. So that's really horrible. Still, that would be okay. Questions? No questions? No? Okay, next one. Aren't you glad this wasn't your test? Your test on Friday's harder than this. You better study. Okay, rate this in vertex form. So the first thing you do is you leave yourself some space. Right? Then you take half of this number and you square it. And you add it and subtract it from the same side. And then x plus 1 squared minus 6. Is that good? Yeah? I have a feeling if you made a mistake, you probably added 1 right here instead of subtracted it. That one was so easy a caveman could do it. Now, following directions, muy importante. It says by using the vertex and the line of symmetry and the y-intercept, graph the function below. Right, so graph this one here. Vertex is negative 1, negative 6. Is that true? And the y-intercept is negative 5. The line of symmetry. Right? Not very pretty.
If we didn't draw the things all the way up to the rock.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if it's like faint?
What if it's what a who?
It's like very faint. I'll just
Okay.
draw all the way to the top, like
All right. Now it says use the quadratic formula. So then it's going to be negative 2. X equals negative 2 plus or minus 4 plus 20 over 2. So x equals negative 2 plus or minus square root of 24 divided by 2. And you're going to use a calculator. Negative 2 plus the square root of 24 divided by 2. 1.45 is 1, and then negative 2 minus the square root of 24 divided by 2. Oh, hate it when it does that. Negative 2 minus the square root of 24 equals divided by 2 equals negative 3.45. Those are my two x-intercepts. Really, nobody should miss those. That's easy. And in a Cambridge test, this is often worth 4 points. That's a lot of points. Okay, and then part D says, does your graph seem to match these answers? So when I look here, 1.45, kinda. Negative 3.45, no. So I would say, for this, I would say, no, it doesn't match. And the reason why, on mine, I didn't use the line of symmetry well. Yes, Sam?
For C, why did you round it and find the exact intersection?
Oh, because I didn't read it very carefully. Oh. You're right, thank you. You could reduce that, right? So if you reduced it, then it would be negative 1 plus square root of 6, comma 0, and negative 1 minus square root of 6, comma 0. You're right. Thank you. What's that? You have to reduce it? Don't know. It would depend on what the mark scheme said. I would just make sure I showed my work correctly either way. Because sometimes, like, they look for this, and if you showed that correctly, but you reduced wrong, they'd still give you full credit. Oh, salud. Cool. Okay. How do you do number 6? Just put negative 4 in for all the x's, that's it. What'd you get? 85? Oh, positive 35. All you gotta do is plug it in. Okay? Alright. Let's see here. How many of you guys are having trouble on things like this that are really easy? Because if you factor this one, isn't it x plus 4 times x minus 2? So the intercepts would be negative 4, positive 2. The y-intercept is negative 8, which is way down there. So it's going to look kind of, oh my God. I'm trying to hurry because we're almost out of time. Hey, for the love of all that's good and holy, number 8 is factorable. And every single time when it's factorable, if you use a quadratic formula, it's going to take too long. You're going to run out of time on the test. You're probably going to get it wrong anyway because the numbers are going to be ugly. This one's really easy to factor because you see 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. So there are the factors. The x-intercepts are negative 1/3 and negative 5. The y-intercept is positive 5. That's all you got to do. But I saw people with work. Oh yeah, crazy. Okay. Dang. We're going to have to finish this up tomorrow. I apologize. You ready for your homework? Are you ready for your homework?
Yes.
You ready, Diego?